Hey guys, welcome. This is your January 2024 Love Tarot Energy Update. Been doing these every month. You seem to like them, so I'm going to continue in the new year. Happy New Year. For those of you who may have missed it, the whole second half of December, all of the individual zodiac sign readings were love forecast readings for 2024. So if you missed your sign or that of your divine counterpart or are curious what's coming on the path for you this year, that's where to go. And all those readings were really fascinating. I would say 99% positive, uplifting, exciting, big shifts happening. Let me give you a brief rundown for January astrology 2024. And the main theme here is due to what's called a stellium in the sign of Capricorn. 3 or more planets in one sign or a house equals a stellium, and it's just sort of like a little bit of condensed energy in the theme of that sign or house. So Capricorn, building foundations, solid foundations, structure, planning, committing to the plan. Okay, it's a little more rigid and structural. It's more guided by Saturn, which is the great teacher and the Lord of Karma. So we want to make sure that all of our plans and the foundations we're building are in alignment with our path, with our journey. And you know when things are out of alignment because bad shit starts to happen. Okay, so that's what most of it is going to be about. That's the theme. We've got Mars moving into Capricorn. I'm looking at my notes on January 4th. Mercury will follow on the 13th, and Venus moves into Capricorn on the 23rd. But the biggest stellium will occur with Mars, the new moon in Capricorn. The sun will still be there, and Mercury all around the 11th through the 13th. Those energies will be four planet, well, 2 luminaries, the sun and the moon, Mars and Mercury, all hanging out there for those couple days. The moon moves on. Obviously, the sun shifts into Aquarius on the 20th. The same day as the sun moves into Aquarius, Pluto moves into Aquarius. He's been hovering on that 29th degree of Capricorn for a while. He's going to move a little further into Aquarius this time around, but he'll still retrograde again and go back into Capricorn. So we're not done with Pluto and Capricorn yet. We're going to get more of a flavor of Pluto in Aquarius, though. We have the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th at 6:57 a.m. Eastern. We have the full moon in Leo on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern. And to close out the month, the planet Uranus is stationing direct on the 27th. So that's all the energy. It's a big month, quite frankly, but what I'm going to do is pull for the month, giving you the overall energy for the month, and then I'm going by week, okay? So we're going to be looking at your person, your energy, your connection, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. All right, that's how it goes. Let's jump in. Well, see what I'm saying? The overall energy for January. We're looking at love, life partnership. We've got some soulmate twin flame vibes there in the 4 of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to pull all the cards, and then we'll take it week by week. My goodness. Doesn't seem to be too bad. We are looking at life partnership in the overall, in the aggregate of the month. I think in week 1, this is someone who's not maybe communicating. Remember, the top row is your person. Maybe not speaking their truth, holding something back. The High Priestess here feels like no communication. You're in decision-making mode. 2 of Swords. It's a crossroads moment. The connection being guided by beautiful divine feminine energy. And I'll do some clarifying of what I think is most important. Week 2, we've got the Six of Swords. Okay, this person's starting to want to move to calmer waters, to get some peace of mind, to move beyond something that feels like it's been troubled. The Three of Cups for you is about reconciliation, and for the connection, I feel like some good news coming in. There may be an opening of a dialogue beginning here. Page of Wands, pages are messengers, toward the end of that second week, because week 3, there's the communication from your person. This brings back that full cup of love energy that means so much. We have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Empress here, and I feel like there's finally some progress. Chariot. Moving past something that may have had you stuck for a while. Now in the 4th week, we've got an end of a painful cycle for your person. So I don't feel this is a painful ending. I think it's the closing up of one that had you out of communication and maybe in some form of separation. And for you, it's like, yeah, I get to move on. Now I know that looks kind of foreboding, right? Like there's an ending and a walking away. But because I have to look at the calendar, look at the month from all aspects of the progression of the connection, what I feel is you both move beyond the painful cycle of the past. And this brings in some healing for the connection, this last row being the connection. So this person closes out the pain that they felt. You kind of keep moving forward on your path. You don't need to look in the rearview mirror. And what I mean by your path is with regard to this connection, right? What do you need to bring forward with you? You don't need to kind of look in the rearview mirror. You don't need to kind of relive the drama or any kind of difficulties. You're in reconciliation mode. The love comes back full force, full steam ahead. And so now we continue to move forward, and all the healing is realized by the end of the month of January. So I love that, and what I'm going to do is jump in with some clarifiers. Here we have the Four of Wands, 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Yeah, King of Pentacles, life partnership. This is definitely an offloading of some heavy energy, something that's been a struggle for quite some time. Feel like you come back into contact in January, and it may be orchestrated by this King of Pentacles, someone showing up. And I feel like it's coming from your person, not necessarily you. You're going to be open to the reconciliation. First week of January, you're like, I don't know what's going on here. What's really happening? I have to make an important decision about how I'm going to proceed. But then this person sort of shows up. That's how I'm seeing the King of Pentacles. So now I want to see this. What do I want to see for your person? Let me look at the High Priestess with the Six of Swords, Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. I almost feel as if whoever this is, whatever the separation or the no communication has been about, it feels to me like this person sees clearly that that's not what they want. 3 of Wands is something coming toward them, right? Anticipation of something that they really want. And it resolves in the second week with I pushed through that. I did push through it. And I feel what it's about is communication, because at the same time, we're getting this Page of Wands, which feels like someone reaches out. Maybe it's lighthearted. It's not super serious. It's not very intense. It's uplifting, positive. And then the full force of the communication comes back in the third week. So this is just the beginning of it. Somebody not being happy with the disconnection, with feeling like they're on the outside, feeling somehow, I'm not going to say they feel abandoned, but I feel like the lack of communication has them feeling kind of shunned or not in favor some way. So now I want to look at the 8 of Wands with this 10 of Swords, third week to the fourth week. The second to the third seems pretty smooth sailing. Right. Oh my gosh. The end of the painful cycle comes by way of this person sort of coming in, communicating their desire to make peace, reconcile differences. This feels with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Swords that there were a lot of mixed messages, maybe some confusion. And that's what's being resolved here in week 3 to week 4, closing out the painful cycle. The communication clears up a lot of misunderstandings, perhaps, or confusion. The Five of Swords is interesting underneath because it feels to me like there may have been some perceived sabotage afoot. Something may have happened in your connection in the past, and it doesn't have to be real recent. It can be long ago, where there was just an unfair fight, that you weren't kind of on a level playing field. And that's part of what's being resolved. So I do like the Ten of Swords there to close out week 4. I'm going to get one extra card for that. Yeah, put a pin, stick a fork in it. This is representing some growth, change, and transformation to come after the release of this difficult energy once you make peace, which I see you both sort of moving on. I'm going to be honest. Some of you could kind of make nice and then go your separate ways. That's not unheard of. But I'm not seeing signs of closure. I'm seeing signs of change, and things that are ending are leading to something more positive and healing. So let's move on for you here. I feel like I want to see week 2 to week 3 with the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Sun. So if you are aware that what you need to make you happy is some form of cooperation, like being on the same page, being equally invested. There are these moments where we get thrown into, because you're coming from the Two of Swords, which is an inside job. It's where we go within to find our clarity and to make important decisions and to kind of tune out what everyone else is saying. But I feel like this opportunity for reconciliation is going to, with this person, is going to depend on you kind of getting out of your own way. Being more invested in where you agree, being more invested in what you're both ready for. Sometimes we have to step back just a half step in order to meet someone where they are. And that happens a lot. And I'm kind of getting the impression that that's part of what this person will resolve in week 3 to week 4, is where they felt defeated, or they felt confused, or maybe a little overwhelmed by the pace. The communication will clear a lot of that up. So try not to kind of overthink things in week 2 here as we move from week 2 to week 3. Mercury will shift into Capricorn, so it's right around that time. So it's going to require you to be very structured in your perceptions, reality-based, another keyword for Capricorn. Let's look at this Ace of Cups to the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups again, Three of Cups, Strength card. Yeah, I definitely feel like this Eight of Cups is talking about leaving behind what separated you, leaving behind what was challenging in terms of communication, leaving behind the burden, the weight that you've been carrying, the energy that's really held you down, held you back, kept you from moving forward and making progress. I'm not seeing the Eight of Cups as a walking away. I'm seeing it as a journeying forward, overcoming obstacles, being clear about your spiritual path forward with the love of your life, reconciled. It does feel good. It's possible. I have the Three of Cups twice, and I have the Three of Pentacles here, and there is the Three of Wands. We have all of the threes except for the Three of Swords. So when you have all the suits but one, that's the one you want to focus on a little bit. Three of Swords talks about a heavy heart, heartache, heartbreak. So for some of you, there could be third party, right? There could be third party getting resolved, third party that you're leaving behind, that you don't want that aspect of the connection anymore. You just want the soul bond, the soulmates. And that's what I feel I'm seeing, the past life soulmates here. So for some of you where third party is an issue, that may be what's being overcome. That may be what we reconcile. That may be what gets left behind, is the third party energy, the interference of that. So now in the connection, Empress and the Page of Wands, open and receptive, positive message coming in. Nine of, right? Because if you're in some form of separation and no communication, as open as you are to receiving the good news, you're going to lose a little sleep over it, right? Because you're wanting this King of Cups, the keeper of your heart, and they're not very given to expressions of emotion. They feel the feels, but they don't always talk about it. So that's why I'm liking the Page of Wands, because it seems to me to be a happy medium. Like someone coming in a little flirtatious may not be the profession of love that you are looking for, but it's a sign that there's something there, right? That we've opened the channels of communication again, even if it doesn't take itself too seriously. Part of the issue of the Page of Wands. But now I want to see the Page of Wands to the Chariot. Because whatever that is, yes, you've waited for it. It gets things going. Oh my goodness, we have the Devil in unconscious awareness here. This is what's being left behind, is egoic fear and resistance. Like this thing that's been missing. The communication, the lightheartedness, the flirtatiousness, this little sexy banter. You know what kind of talk I'm mentioning here. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since there's been any communication. You've waited for it. This is the path for the connection that I'm talking about. But there's been something holding all of this back. And to me, this devil energy, it is Capricorn. So it's something that's shifting in Capricorn season when we have the whole stellium in Capricorn. That's why it's coming through. And that's the breakthroughs. We get serious about it. We sort of take our egoic fears and resistance. We put it to the side. We acknowledge it. Hello, I see you. But I've got something I have plans I have made. I'm building a solid foundation, don't you know? Right? As I was just talking about the themes for January with the stellium in Capricorn, there's no room to be pulling ourselves back and keeping ourselves small and being in service to shadow and ego. No. So I'm feeling that kind of stays in our unconscious awareness on reserve as we venture forward. I'm saying we, but I mean you in your connections. This is something you've waited for, and it's now part of your path, and your plan is to move forward with this person, to make progress. And let's go ahead and look at the Chariot to the Four of Swords in week 3 to week 4. There's our Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Definitely some healing. I feel like there may be a little bit of stop and go. The Four of Pentacles underneath is a touch of guarded energy. I'm feeling some groundedness coming from the Capricornian energy of the Queen of Pentacles to match our King over here. There's some groundedness in 3D, some stability coming in. You're both making some adjustments, some agreements, some compromises, and creating that solid foundation, beginning to build the solid foundation so you can move forward. But there's like a half step back with the Four of Pentacles, and I am feeling it's a little bit coming from egoic fear and resistance. The beautiful thing, and it may come from the King of Cups, it may come from your person more than from you, but I'm reading shared energy here for the connection. The good thing about it is it stays in unconscious awareness, meaning it doesn't override the potential healing. Okay, it doesn't override it. It's there and it might make it a little bit more difficult, but it looks like we're closing out the month of January on a healing note. Queen of Swords. I like this because Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's matters of practicality. It's almost like a fresh start for the connection. You get back on the right footing and baby steps forward. But it seems to me with this Queen of Swords, there's a practicality to how the two of you heal from the wounds of the past, the disappointments, the separations, the lack of communication, whatever that's about, because the love is so strong. We have this Ace of Cups in the 3rd week, moving to the 4th week, and we're closing out the month with healing for this beautiful connection. But it's going to have to be something you approach very strategically. And when I say that, I don't mean strategically like with any self-absorbed intention. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean like the Queen of Swords has to get super level-headed, practical-minded, have a plan in place, and then the strategy for how we move forward and leave behind all the difficulty. We embrace the healing, and we embrace each other, and we begin again. So that's an interesting month. It feels definitely related to Capricorn for sure. In the extended, I'm going to go sign by sign. So if you want a more individual look, it'll be individual cards for each sign and then reading it by element as well. That is the month of January. Here's what we have. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Our High Priestess is out twice. That's Pisces. We have the Death card is Scorpio. The Sun is the Sun, but rules the sign of Leo, more Leo in the Strength card. Our Empress is Venus, moving into Capricorn at the end of the month, but I like how she shows up here in week 1, Taurus and Libra. King of Cups, more Scorpio. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Capricorn in our Devil energy there. Chariot is Cancerian energy, more Capricorn in the Queen of Pentacles. Aries in the Queen of Wands. We have almost, do we have all the queens? We're missing the Queen of Cups. Very interesting. Queen of Swords is Libra, and the Page of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And remember when I said with the suits, we have here the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. What are we missing? We have the Queen of Wands. We're missing the Queen of Cups. And the King of Cups is here. So that may be part of the issue. So I'm going to draw your attention to Queen of Cups energy is intuitive, is compassionate, is sensitive, is receptive. That's the part of the Empress that is coming from the Cancerian energy of the Queen of Cups. Is emotionally available, can be a little needy, you know, in reversed energy. So be paying attention to the sign that didn't show up here, because that's the one you really want to focus on for yourself, especially when setting new moon intentions. The new moon in Capricorn, as I said, will be on January 11th at 6:57 a.m. So be thinking about that. That is what I have for you. The link to the extended is below. I will see you there in a second. Many blessings for the month of January and the year ahead. Bye for now.